Hello, this is Lynn. Happy Monday. Today's December 9th, 2024. I've just finished 81 weeks on the carnivore diet and I just got back from a very long walk. So I'm a little bit, it's 41 degrees out and I am cold, but it was great. It was much longer walk than I'm used to taking. And Dave and I went out for the walk together. And so it was actually really invigorating. So I am excited about today. I had a good week. We went to go see Wicked in theaters the other day. That was really cool. That was fun. We'd seen the off-Broadway production of it quite a few years ago down in Seattle. And so we went to go see the movie and it was really well done. I was pretty impressed with it. That's one I would actually go see again. But anyways, this week was good. I'm still weighing myself every day just to kind of get a check-in to see how things are going. And I had some discouraging days where it's like, my weight is kind of trending upward. But I've also noticed that even like from Thanksgiving and when I really overdid it on Thanksgiving, I'm still feeling the repercussions of that. And I think it's because I just didn't rest enough. I've been very busy and I've been overdoing it a little bit more than I should have. In the past, when I would get overheated and my mast cells would get all flared up, I would give myself plenty of time to rest, and I just didn't do that this time. I gave myself one day. I don't think that was enough. So I am still dealing with trying to get caught up on my rest. We have Max on a second course of antibiotics for his urinary tract infection. He is getting better, but still my sleep isn't the greatest. So there's a couple of things going on that are keeping me from getting sufficient rest. And but I'm doing better. I feel like I'm kind of turning a little bit of a corner here. I did add something just as a trial for the last few days. It was something that I learned from Rebecca Bavery. She is on our Healing Humanity team. She's also one of the health coaches for Dr. Barry, and she was our expert on Healing Humanity Life. And one of the things she talked about was people were talking about weight stalls. She mentioned MCT oil as a way of getting your ketones up. And actually we were talking about ketosis as well. So she was saying MCT oil can help get your ketones up, which can help break a stall. So I bought one that has the C8, 10, and 12 in it. I looked to see what all of those do, and I thought, well, all three of those could benefit me. So I grabbed one that had all three of those, and I've been taking some each day. And so as soon as I started taking that, I noticed my weight starting to go back down again. So it's an ongoing experiment. We'll see how it goes. But I am encouraged. I'm hoping that might be something that will help me in just getting those ketones up. I don't measure my ketones, so I really don't know where they are as far as ketosis goes. But so far it seems to be doing well. And I'm tolerating it just fine. So, and I didn't even take any notes. Usually I take notes and make sure I know exactly what I'm gonna say. I did not do that this time because I promised my husband I would keep this short. He is working on his PhD, and this round where he takes 2 courses a term, and this term ends this week. And usually his assignment deadlines are on Sunday evening. This week, his assignment deadlines are on Friday. So he has 2 less days to get all his work done. And so I always kick him out when I film. So I told him I'd keep it short so that he can come back in and get back working on his assignments. I think that's it. I think I already showed you guys the new book that we did. Amy and I are working on a book for Valentine's Day. And so there's always stuff to do. But anyways, I will get right to the metrics for today. So I weighed in this morning at 230.8. So I'm not back under 230 yet. And I had dipped under it before Thanksgiving. But I'm headed back in the right direction. So that's good. I'm close. So that is a 1.8 pound scale loss for the week. Now, my fat-free body weight didn't budge at all. So my fat loss equals my scale loss. So 1.8 pounds down. Sorry, my nose is kind of dripping from the cold. Sorry. So no change in bone, no change in muscle this week, no fluid change this week. But I'm happy with the 1.8 pound loss, and I'm really anxious to see whether I can get that to go below 230 for this coming week. Fingers crossed. Good choices. Hopefully we'll take care of it. All right, so my total weight loss since the beginning has been 108.8 pounds, and that has been from my first weigh-in, which was at the end of May of 2023. And so I have gained 26.8 pounds of good tissue, muscle, and bone. So my total fat loss has been 135.6 pounds. So super excited. I'm feeling encouraged because I feel like if this MCT oil is going to help me get my ketones up, and if that's going to help me break my weight stall, then I'm very happy to use that as a tool. I had a couple of interviews come out this week. One was on Kerry's channel, Homestead How. He did an update interview with me, and one was on Dr. Chafee's channel. That interview finally came. And I watched both of them, and I'm like, man, I talk a lot. I do. I know. I acknowledge it. There's no, I had 35 years of really ill health, and I have yet to rein myself in to condense sharing my story. I guess I am not for the faint of heart when it comes to attention spans. I think part of it is because I know about mast cell activation syndrome, that there's people out there that are suffering like I am. And when they know about all the weird, conglomeration of symptoms that are associated with it, and I share how it progressed with me, there's always somebody that says, okay, that sounds like me. And so I guess if it doesn't sound like you, okay, it might get kind of bored listening to my story. So sorry about that. I will work on trying to condense it a little bit more, because I'm like, yeah, I never knew I could talk that much, because honestly, and when I'm not in front of the camera, I don't talk that much. I'm pretty quiet at home. So maybe I need someone to talk to, and I get in front of the camera and I'm like, yeah, I've got an audience. So anyways, but I enjoyed both of the interviews. The one with Kerry was much more recent as far as when we actually filmed it. He got it out pretty fast because he wanted the announcement about the Christmas children's book to get out so that people can buy it in time for Christmas. When I did the interview with Dr. Chafee, we hadn't even published that book before, so I showed the other two books. But yeah, I enjoyed the conversation with Dr. Chafee. So if you see that and you get bored and you're like, I've heard her story, just fast forward, because we do have a really great conversation after I'm done sharing my story, and a lot of more back and forth. And he was asking me questions about histamine, and we talked about a bunch of different things. So it was a good conversation, and he seemed really genuinely interested, and I was able to share my resource for my histamine list and give him some stats about MCAS that he hadn't heard before. So that was pretty cool. So anyways, it was a good interview. I enjoyed it, and so hopefully some people will get something out of it. I hope. That's my goal. Anytime I can raise awareness for mast cell activation syndrome, considering it's really not rare and it is way more common, it's just underdiagnosed, and the more I can raise awareness for, help people understand what it is and the way it presents, and let them know that possibly it might be an answer to what's going on with them. So anyways, I'm doing well, other than just hanging on to a little bit of the fatigue. My rosacea is doing great. In fact, I'm noticing even the little spot that tends to be a little red still, it's a little less red. So something is happening that's good. It seems to be fading a little bit, which is really good. And again, I consider that a reflection of my gut health. I'm dealing good with regard to joint pain, muscle pain with the weather turning cold. One thing I still struggle with is some issues with sinuses. And the thing with the mast cell activation syndrome is that I can avoid my dietary triggers, and sometimes I just can't avoid environmental triggers. The goal is to tolerate things better, but there are things I just I can't control. I can't control the barometric pressure. I can't control the temperature. I can slowly test my resilience to help me tolerate temperature better, but I can't control things like pollen and things that are floating around in the air. But I haven't had any more throat swelling episodes. I haven't had any tachycardia. My bladder irritability right now is great. No problems with that. And my breathing is good, which it hasn't always been. My brain is doing well. I'm not having issues with brain freeze, and I'm not stumbling over my words, slurring my words. So overall, I sometimes I wonder, like, if I had to go get evaluated for mast cell activation syndrome now, would I get the diagnosis? I probably would, because my serum tryptase is still elevated because of the hereditary alpha tryptosemia, but I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't get diagnosed. We'll see. But I think that's a good thing. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope everyone is having an absolutely wonderful day, and have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, Kerry here, and you are currently watching one of my favorite YouTube channels. So great job, but if you need just a little bit more inspiration on your healing journey, we have a new membership site that I'm excited to share with the world. It is at healinghumanity.life. There is a link with a special promo code offer in the description below. At our membership site, you can be inspired to find a path to healing. We have courses that you can take at your own pace. We have an amazing community. We do multiple Zoom calls per week. We even bring in the good doctors, experts for your Q&As. Most of all, we have an amazing community that's here to support you, keep you motivated, and keep you inspired. Learn more at the link in the description below, healinghumanity.life.